Okay, welcome everyone. We'll start our lesson one. Today lesson will go through LO1. As a couple of you know me, my name is Anjum Sata. Please, if you have any question, drop me email anjum@upuniversity.co.uk. I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. Before starting, we look, what we're supposed to. Please make sure follow all the resources. Those are given on our Moodle page and try to be follow the books and journal articles and all the resources accordingly. Okay, so today we are looking is called Planning, Controlling and Leading Project. This unit aims to be introduced in developing managing project and also introduce the learners to challenge of the project management practices in the global business arena, which we can think about critically the project management and the complex and the project base, the culture, which we can look around increasing the number of the firms, project development, project management activity, understand the effective management of what is important. Learner will learn about, the roles and responsibility as a project teams, which we'll discuss, those. So our learning outcome one, we have understand the concept and the principle of project management in a business. So we have three assessment criteria, examine the role of project management, explain the application key concept of project management in environment. Appraise means checking the performance of the project, appraisal methods. So we have different methods here is the indicative contents which we'll look. In the lesson two, we'll go through LO2. In the lesson 3, we'll go through LO3. In lesson 4, we'll go LO4. In lesson 5, LO5. So we'll each lesson we cover one LO, one learning outcome, and that will be in our discussion. So please, if you have any questions, feel free to drop me. Let's we'll start. Okay. Today lesson is our LO1, learning outcome one, which we will go through. The concept, understand the concept and the principle of project management in business. So what is project? Let's look the subject. Project management. So first planning, controlling, and leading. Plan. Where you are, where you want to go, that's your plan. Planning is all about where you are, where you want to. Plan is like a set map. It's provide the direction for the future. Control. If you have a plan, you don't have a control. Control is mean corrective action. It's your reporting, checking the performance, checking we are working towards our as the plan was set. If we not, if we don't have a control, then it means the plan maybe not work. So if we have a control, maybe plan need to be changed according to keeping in view of external environment or the factors change. Leading the project. Project can be any task, any activity. It can be a project. You want to paint a house with a project. You want to change something. It can be treat as a project or business case. Understand the concept and the principle of the project management in business. So when we looking the concept, principle, project management, what is the management? Management is a process of designing an environment to achieve the pre-selected objective. So what is the management? We want 2 plus 2, not 4. We want to make 5 or more than, because we want to create a surplus, less input and more output. That's the key, which we'll look. Okay, so we have the aim of the unit as we discussed, in the unit specification. We have a key command verb here being used. Examine. We can look around. Yes, please, can we look command verb? Okay, guys. So we're looking at the command verb, and as we said, command verb are explain, give the account of the purpose of the reason. We can appraise, look upon, or appraise, related, stated, or given comparative balanced consideration of the issue. That's which we can appraise in time, in cost, in quality. So project management, which we'll discuss what is meant by why project is important, how project work. We'll go through work breakdown structure, product breakdown structure, and we can look around, SOW, which is statement of work. These are the key concepts which we can look around as per a critical path analysis, CPA. What is the critical in the project? Like if you're making a house, the critical can be planning permission. Think about the base, of course, that base and the structure. So that need to be. So please look around the scale 1 to 10. What your current knowledge about the project management? How much we know about the project management? Please, always good to be is a good approach. Any activity you start, you reflect, always. Okay, welcome. Let's we'll start first. Assessment criteria. Examine the role of project management in achieving the business objective. What is objective? Objective mean end result. Anything like your objective to learn. Your aim is to learn. Your objective to achieve your qualification, get the good job, and enhance your knowledge. These all can be your objective. Okay, so project are the way to bringing about the change, and they use to develop the new product and the system and alter the physical, social, cultural environment. The project is actually derived from the Latin verb pro is care, which is means throw forward. A project is leap into the future. Project leap into the future. Project it can be any task, any activity. International project management as the coordinated activity with the start and the finish, pursuing a specific goal and constraint. Constraint is mean the limitation. We have a constraint in resources, time, and the cost. So we need to be make sure we look these very closely. We can look around the field. Set a project is the sequence of connected events that are conducted over defined and limited period of time and targeted towards generating a unique but well-defined outcome. Yeah, that's really we can look around the project management. Define the project management involved using the range of management skill techniques successful the project, the type of activity involved the project management. Thinking ahead. If you're a project manager, you think ahead. Carrying out the research. Your research is mean getting the data, information, and knowledge. Planning what's happened, where, and when. And managing the people and resources, monitoring the project progress, and changing the project plan and communicating with the people. The role of the project manager one of the great scholar Peter Drucker said the success of anything is the success of managers, and the failure of anything is the failure of managers. So managers play the key role, in the implementing the project. So the project manager need to be sufficient, have a technical knowledge, understanding implication of the project. Look around the financial control, public sector like NHS. We can think about managing project is likely to keep 10 balls in the air at once while walking on the tightrope. It's the question of keeping one eye on big picture and other day-to-day detail. That is quite crucial, which we can look around. The four key aspects of the project manager's role are planning, organizing, coordinating, monitoring, control, leading, and communicating. Planning, organizing, and coordinating. Every project is unique with its own objective, time scale, budget. Every project needs its own plan. As the project manager, you have to work out the resources you need and how you are going to use them achieve the necessary outcome. You have to be organized the thing so that right people are available at the right task at the right time. Your role as a coordinator is crucial in the project management. Probably the only the person who knows everything going to be significant separate element. Monitoring and control the managers in the project management is know the cost, schedule, and the quality, and more expert of every process of the project. You must enough recognize the things and monitoring and control when, where, and how this happen. Leading, you have a good leadership skills, in a project. You have a motivate your team. Your project manager requires certain flexibility approach, different people. We need to be make sure we have a good that skills to be achieve and making the decision effectively. Communication is very important and play the key role. Effective communication, guys, we can look around 7 C's. When you're writing the message as a project manager, the message need to be complete, concise, concrete, courteous. Yes, consideration. All these we need to be looking on who your audience, why you're speaking, what. Yes, you not high volume word jargons we use, and according to understand the stakeholder you want to communicate. And then as a project manager, that is well very good skill we need to be look around. Project manager should be aware of the project life cycle, when the project will start, when will finish. Look around the environmental chain, involvement in the stakeholders. Strategies mean action plan. Stakeholders mean anyone who has any interest in the project is called stake mean interest. Internal within the company, those are the stakeholder like staff, like management, like employees, how you engage with them, what they expect, how we can motivate them. External stakeholders, which is mean outside the company, those are also very important to keep them happy. Think about the government paying the right taxes. Think about the research and development. So we have to look around the external environment. We have to manage, yes, political, economic, social, technological environment, and then we can manage the project accordingly. So we can look around political stability should be economic factor, it should be aware of social, what is happening in society and technologies, any change, AI, artificial intelligence, all the new project life cycle. When we start the project has this. We can look around the cost and the staffing level. We can look around start and finish project start, planning and organizing, implementation, and completion. So when project life cycle finish, product life cycle start if you're making a product. So like a development stage, growth stage, maturity, and decline in the product. Product is mean anything which has the power to satisfy human needs and wants is called product. Anyone, any question? No question. Let's move to the next. As we said earlier, when the project finish, product life cycle start, and they have a in like before actually launching the product, it is called project because you want to make a product. So that's the way we can interpret. Okay, then we have 1.1, which we can look around, explain the application of the key concept of which we can look around the work breakdown structure is the easiest way. We can look around how we can, like you want to build a house, so we can acquire project, find the plot, study the location, negotiation, legal closing, preparation, appoint architecture, draw up the plan, planning application, appointment contractor, and build the house. We just start building. So this is one of the project and the work breakdown structure we can use it. Second is called product breakdown structure. The product breakdown structure is breakdown into the complement points or the form of hierarchy, yes, of the product, which we can further break it down. For example, university class based tuition courses, this would be the product, and the sub product for this would be exam text, class note, classroom delivery, assessment, exam kit. So these can be product breakdown structure which can be used. This shows the order in the sub product must be provided. For example, it is important to have a class note before classroom delivery to be take place. Likewise, important for the student to attend some of the class delivery before they attempt the assessment. Each sub-product could be broken down the activity. For example, activity involve the creating exam text. Maybe we can obtain the officially syllabus, obtain the official text, create a material, edit material, obtain, examiner, which we can look on body approval, print text, and deliver the text planning and control, and which we can look around the risk can be assessed, responsibility, allocate, OBS. it called organization breakdown structure. Is the document that business can use, conjunction with the workflow. OBS, which can report to home. Yes, organization culture. Culture mean the norm value, the way we need to be, good teamwork, corporate organization structure, who's responsible for project managers, listed underneath, the project, several decisions can be made. Project managers can look around the work breakdown structure, activities, which is we can look around organization, breakdown structure, that's which we can look around who's responsible to identify the key responsibility. Always role and responsibilities key, clear task, and responsibility accounting, because you've been given the budget and you should be follow the budget accordingly. So most project managers maybe fulfill the multiple tasks, workflow, schedule, and important keeping the people target and helping them to achieve the goal, communicate with them. That's which we quite crucial, which we can look around the resources breakdown. Like three type of the resources very important in our organization. 3M: men, money, and material. You will complete the project. You can think about create another tree, the various the branches of in the project. Okay, so that's we can look around in the project. That's also very important. We can put, the management and the budget and directly within handle and using the material. Okay, so these, then we have what is the statement of work, which is SOW, introduction, purpose, scope, where and task, milestone, delivery, schedule, start, testing, successful, requirement, payment, and others. All these are come SOW, which is statement as a project managers, which we have to prepare. Okay, then we have 1.3, appraise the business objective and determine the potential project. According to Sebastian and various other, a network of the diagram of the graphical representation of the project structure. We have a part which is program evaluation review technique, is a planning method that use, the network diagram, and the project manager commonly in terms of the PERT chart or the network diagram. Guys, it's quite good, under the MS Office, there is called MS Project. Please, you can download, and that's, which we can go through. That is quite, it's quite crucial, which we can, look around this. Okay, let's please spend 2 minutes. Okay, so PERT evaluation review technique, the network diagram, dependency information, Gantt chart is given by the Henry Gantt. Which task, when you do, where you do, how will respond, how many staff required, all schedule which we can. Like if you go in office, the like on the whiteboard, the written are making the Gantt chart or prioritize the task. The network diagram is a project planner. It must be easier to project structure, dependencies, grouping of the task, which we can. So we can look around input a program evaluation. Both method is a planning and controlling tools, which we can use. We can use the software nowadays, MS Office, to look around these basic, different tasks in the project. Logical orders always do in the PERT. Expected duration of each task. Think about, can we do side by side task as well, which is dependent on task. Software program will create, the diagram, which we can look around like here. You want to cook a food, so think about, start, cook meal, eat meal, and finish. That's your time required, 40, 30 minutes, 45 minutes. Set the table we can do. When we are cooking, we can set. So we can do multiple tasks or side by side some tasks. All these are connected activity in the PERT program evaluation review technique and the network diagram. These are very important. Why it need to be under the PERT program evaluation review technique? Why is important is a reinforced point made easier in the section. That's important to select and the right tools. Resources, you need to be overall indication of the resources required for the project. So we can look around confident, the produce the necessary project. Costing of the project is very crucial. We do the budget and budget costing. Budget is a financial plan as well, how much money, where the money will come from, and we are stay within the budget or not, and we can identify the variance. Variance is the difference between budgeted and actual. Anyone, any question? Identify identify the main cost objective involved, identifying the main activities of the project. Examine the close down one side and opening another would be have the cost objective, cost associated with the closing the side. We can look around the cost associated with the establishing a new. So we can look around identify the competitive associated with each the cost objective. We can refer to the back of the material or the work breakdown, assign the cost to the each activities and analyze the cost. Yeah, that is also very important. So please, I included the link for you to watch a video on CPA critical path analysis, what is and why is important, and that's which we can. Then we have a financial appraisal. We can do. We can look around the payback period, how much money we spend, and how long will takes you to cover that money. If you're spending 2,000 pounds and 500 pound, you're getting the back, inflow money coming in and it takes 4 years to cover the project. And if we find ARR every year of the project, so 500 is your per year, how much you're investing 2,000. So we can find is a 25% return of the project, which is a annual rate of return. NPV, which is called net present value method. If let's assume you are investing 50,000 pounds today for future, so we can find it net present value of the project, whatever the project costing 500 or should, and we can look around how much money we are getting in the real value of the money, 1 divided by 1 plus r, which we can look around good few examples you will see here. If you're getting 200 pound 1 divided by 1 plus r, if 10% the value of the project or the money of the project is going down, so 200 real value is 181. 300 if you're getting the real value of the project in year 2 is 247 instead of 300. If you're getting 250, the real value is 1. When you add them all, it's coming 788 real value. We have invested 500, so 288 is more than. So we have NPV is a positive. We accept the project. If NPV is a negative, we reject the project. Yeah, that's. So what the hard surgeon could learn from the project of managers, or we can look around the project 1 to 3 account. So please, these are the case studies available on our Moodle page. It's good to please go through. And then I included the link for you to do the quiz in your time. Okay, guys, can you spend 10-15 minutes go through the quiz? Huh? Okay, let's, by following the link. Huh? Okay, guys. So hope you done the quiz. Anyone, any question? Okay, so please, make sure go through work breakdown structure, PERT program evaluation review techniques, work breakdown structure, and the methods we discuss, how we can appraise. That was all in our discussion. Thanks for attending today's lesson. And the next lesson we'll go through LO2. Thank you. Have a nice weekend. Bye bye.